And as the Iran-US conflict escalates, Lebanon is quietly working its own front in Washington. As Lebanese President Aoun was there seeking progress on an Israeli withdrawal from the south and Hezbollah's disarmament. Joining us to discuss where these talks stand is former Lebanese Ambassador Massoud Maalouf. Ambassador, thank you so much for being with us on Asia One. Now, President Aoun was in Washington. What is Lebanon realistically able to secure from the U.S. right now, given how engaged Washington is in the war?
First of all, the mere fact for a president of any country to be invited to the White House and being a guest of the American president is something that shows interest in that country. It shows that there is something moving positively in that country. President Aoun is the first president to be invited, the first Lebanese president, I mean, since 2009. So that's very important. First of all, the mere fact of being invited to the White House is important for Lebanon. Second, the United States is now sponsoring the talks between Lebanon and Israel that eventually, and we hope so, will lead to the total withdrawal of Israel from Lebanon. So this is an important thing that the United States will be working with Israel, probably pressuring Israel to withdraw, and that's what Lebanon was. So this is what Lebanon expects now. We know that Israel is occupying now a good part of the South Lebanon. It has sent away more than 1 million people from the south out of a population, total population of Lebanon of 5 million. 1/5 of the population is now outside their houses, in streets, in places with relatives, somewhere else outside the south of Lebanon. That's something very important. So Lebanon is now seeking the withdrawal of Israel so that we can reconstruct the south and allow the people of Lebanon to return to their homes and to their villages. Yeah.
So Ambassador just spoke about an important point. Israel has agreed to withdraw from parts of southern Lebanon, but disarming Hezbollah remains maybe the second point. Is it a precondition that simply can't be met or on any near-term timeline?
The disarming of Hezbollah, even before Israel is asking for that, has been part of the Lebanese policy since the election of President Joseph Aoun in early January of last year, 2025. In his acceptance speech, General Aoun said that there shouldn't be groups with weapons outside the authority of the government, and the decision to go to war or peace for Lebanon has to be only with the Lebanese government. It's not up to groups to decide to go to war against another country. So before Israel is asking for that, Lebanon is asking for that, and it is part also of the statement made by the government when the government was formed last year. And according to this statement, the government was elected and was accepted and certified by the parliament, by the Lebanese parliament. So this is a Lebanese policy now. Of course, it's not something that's easy to implement, but Israel is using it as a condition to withdraw from Lebanon. So that's a very important thing, and it complicates the matter even more because Israel now, we know that the Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu, is using the presence of Hezbollah even way north of the south of Lebanon to say that these are a danger for Israel, and we want to take away this danger so that as long as there are these groups that have weapons and consist a danger for Israel, we will not withdraw from Lebanon. We are here to protect our northern border, the Israeli northern border. That's what Netanyahu is saying. But many people know very well that Netanyahu has elections on the 27th of October, legislative elections, parliamentary elections. If his party, the Likud party, does not win these elections, Netanyahu will not be the prime minister, and there is a very strong chance for him to go to jail because now there are very many cases in the courts of Israel against him for corruption on the accusation of corruption. So what he wants to do is he wants to show that he is defending the Israelis, protecting the Israelis in order to be elected again. So he stays in as a prime minister, which gives him a certain, it helps him stay away from jail. Yeah.
So now, how much is the Iran-US escalation still shaping the Lebanon track, and has Beirut become secondary front?
Well, Lebanon tried to separate itself from what's going on in the Gulf, from the negotiations between the United States and Iran. Israel also wants to have only direct negotiations with Lebanon separated. And at the President Trump at some point also in the beginning wanted to separate Lebanon, but Iran keep insisting on having Lebanon being part of its negotiations. They say that if we have to have a ceasefire, this ceasefire should also be applicable to Lebanon. What Netanyahu, what Israel doesn't want is that they want to negotiate directly with Lebanon, because if there is a ceasefire implemented between the United States and Iran and it applies to Lebanon, then it means that Hezbollah will stay with his weapons. Israel will not be able to continue to fight against Hezbollah. That's why Israel is separating itself. Now Lebanon is between really two hard rocks. One side, Israel, we don't know if Israel is going to withdraw from Lebanon or not. And as long as Israel is occupying even one small village of Lebanon, it means that we don't have the total sovereignty on our country. And on the other side, as long as Iran is supporting Hezbollah and Hezbollah has weapons, it means that Lebanon will always continue to be in this situation as it is now. So that's why a good part of the cards are not in the hands of Lebanese negotiators to negotiate, because a lot of that depends on either on Israel or on Iran or on both.
Thank you so much for being with us, Ambassador Onejawan.